And Public Affairs Analyst Chukwuma Okenwa joins us for discussion on repentant Boko Haram insurgents. Good to have you join us, Chukwuma Okenwa.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So every time people hear repentant Boko Haram or Boko Haram ISWAP or Boko Haram members have surrendered, it sort of generates a mixed reaction. In this case, we've had over 1,000 Boko Haram and ISWAP members surrendering to the military. And for some people, it signifies the fact that we are winning the war against insurgents. But for others, the word surrender and repentant almost seems like an amnesty, and it's generating reactions, especially in respect to the victims. What do you make of all of this?
Honestly, I tried checking out the word repentant, but then on a general term, I included insurgents in my search. And the interesting thing is that all of the news that came up on the search engine is relating to Nigeria. It's a time we coined out for ourselves. There is no single nation with an ongoing challenge of insurgency that has adopted this particular approach of forgiving insurgents, and even after probably they may have submitted, no sort of trial of any sort, despite the damages, despite the challenges, the instances of rape, forced marriage, killings even of our soldiers. And why this, obviously, it's not a smart option is that one would have thought that since we've had a good number of them who have repented in time past, that would have served as a massive source of intelligence to the military. And by now, we should have completely degraded the incidents of insurgency. Unfortunately, rather than that happening, we see that spreading to other parts of the country. So I think the military need to rejig the strategy, because this has not worked at all. It has not helped the fight at all. And of course, you can be talking about use of kids' glove for the worst kind of crime that has put Nigeria as number 3 on the global terrorism index.
So it also puts the military in a very complicated situation, because they are the ones who are actually fighting insurgency. So if ISWAP and Boko Haram members say, look, we want to surrender, we know that you have overpowered us, or we are tired of fighting ISWAP, we want to surrender. I mean, what should the military do at that point?
Well, until that happens, because of course, for that to happen, we want to see like the key leadership of the insurgents make that move and that resolution. But not a situation where you see like those that visibly, like when I saw the videos of the so-called repentant Boko Haram. Honestly, I have doubt that many of them were actually militants, and insurgents by extension. So the military must deploy caution at this particular point. And why that also has not been smart is you are thinking of reintegrating these same persons into the community, the wider society. They could gather more intelligence and even re-strategize to take over the whole of the country. So the government must tread with caution. But one of the things I see in all of the conversations, ranging from the submissions from lawyers to the ACF and some other stakeholders across board, every person is speaking on the same voice that this approach, it's not a good one, except the federal government. So I see that there is a bit of politics in the whole of this.
What does this do to the civil police relations or civil community police or security agency relations? Because we've seen that has been lagging in the past, where security agencies and security agents complain about not getting enough support from the community. What does this kind of situation where Boko Haram members and ISWAP members are surrendering, what does it do to that community civil security agencies relations?
Honestly, when that happens, because even these same communities who over time has been reluctant in providing intelligence, because over time there is that of a compromise, the issue where intelligence are provided, and at the end of the day, those citizens that provided that, even their own lives are endangered. So now you have people being forgiven, reintegrated into the families they once rejected, families they never considered, the name, the face of the family. I mean, it really shows that there is not that cooperation, effective cooperation between the military and the citizens. And how would you expect people to keep volunteering intelligence and collaboration that certainly will be counterproductive.
Chukwuma Okenwa, Public Affairs Analyst, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.